This episode of Express Training Bites is brought to you by PromoCorner. Are you looking to support a sales campaign and reach a larger audience? Raise your brand awareness with content sponsorships. For more information, reach out to sales@promocorner.com. This is Express Training Bites. I am Brandon Petrich, and I'm actually joined today by one of my favorite human beings and technically my boss. It is Laurie Moore. She is the Client Services Director and our Chief Fun Officer over at PromoCorner, and she is going to be talking to us today about building your personal brand. So, Laurie, take it away.
Thanks, Brandon. So personal branding is something that I actually just started thinking about last year. I had not thought about it. I didn't really see the importance in it or why I would need to build my own brand. But it's really important for anyone to have a brand and to really promote it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey this past year, where I'm at, some stumbling blocks, some things to consider, and hopefully inspire you to think about your brand if you haven't. So a brand is how people perceive your product, your business, even you as a person. And today I'm going to focus on the personal brand. And your personal brand is who you are. It's what you stand for. It's the values that you embrace. In a nutshell, it's your story. Just yours, nobody else's. So you're the one in control. You get to pick the narrative. You get to decide what part of yourself you want to share and what you want to put out there. So there are two ultimate goals when you're building your brand. Number one is that you want to increase your circle of influence. And the second one is to really advance your career. So you want to keep it professional, but you want it to be fun. And it's okay to share personal stuff. Just know your audience and think about what you're sharing. I would love to tell you that you can just jump in and get started, but that would be horrible advice. So you really need to take some time and figure out your focus. Figure out who you are. This is going to be the most difficult part. I mean, here I am, a middle-aged woman, and half the time I don't know who I am still. So your brand, your personal brand can definitely evolve and change as you grow and you change. So don't feel like you're stuck once you create this. But in order to get started, you really need to take that time to figure out who you are. You know, what areas do you excel in? What do you stand for? What are you passionate about? What brings you joy? What do you love to do? So start brainstorming, start creating lists, and put everything on it. It doesn't matter if it has to do with business or not. Just where are your strengths? Where are the things that you love? Ask your friends, ask your coworkers. Sometimes it's hard for us to identify our own strengths. So rely on the people around you and ask questions and take some time in this step. Once you have your list created, you're going to go through them and give it thought and think about what is on here that I could turn into my brand. What am I passionate about? What do I excel in that I could share with others? Because ultimately what you want to do is you want to be able to teach, to inspire, to just motivate others. So this took me a while. I'm going to give a little backstory. So in my former life, a lot of you know I was a school teacher. And if I did not teach, I probably would have become an interior designer. So those were two of my loves and my passions. I took many years off after teaching to raise my family. And during that time, I was able to teach because I had 4 little humans that I had to teach a whole lot of stuff to. And I had time to do my decorating projects and the things that I loved. When I went back into the workforce full time, I noticed that I just felt busy. I felt overwhelmed. I stopped doing all of the things that I really loved doing. I didn't have a platform to teach anymore. I wasn't doing my projects anymore because I felt like I didn't have time. So out of all of this soul searching, my brand started to develop. And I came up with more time, Moore, get it? More time offline. And the focus was to encourage, inspire people to spend a little less time online and a little more time offline doing the things that they love. So for me, it was projects. So I will get into more time offline a little bit more later, but that was just a little bit of how I was able to narrow my focus and decide where I wanted to put my attention. So once you do that, you have to define your audience. I mean, who are you speaking to? Who are you hoping to reach? And for me, it was a mix. I decided that I would love to have my friends as an audience, but I would also like to reach out to colleagues and coworkers and people in the industry who might be feeling the same way I was, that might be feeling like they've kind of given up on the things that they love to do, and encourage them to carve out a little bit of time to do more of what they love. So define your audience, and then you have to decide how you're going to reach your audience. So social media is the easiest way to jump in and reach people, but you don't have to be on every platform. So try to figure out where your audience lives, and that's where you should live. It can be a couple of platforms, but I suggest not trying to jump in and be everywhere. You're also not going to be everything to everybody, so don't worry about that either. So once you have all of that, start putting together whatever it is you want to do. For me, it was a video series. It may not be a video series for you. It might look very different. And research. I mean, look at what other people are doing, but do not copy them. This is you. This is all about you. So make sure it's reflective of who you are. And there are different ways to do this. So social media and content creation are great, but there are other ways to build your personal brand without being on social media. It's a little harder to reach the size audience that you can through social media, but there are other ways. So some of the other ways, you could speak at events. If you have the gift of gab and you can tell a great story and you have something wonderful to offer, look into becoming a speaker. You could attend networking events. Look into your local chamber of commerce, your regional associations, and start attending events, connecting with people. That's another way to start building your personal brand. Write a book. If you're great at writing, start a blog or a book. Charitable initiatives. I love this one because it shows what we stand for, what we believe in, what we support, and the benefit of doing good is that you're connecting with more people and you're opening up your circle of influence. So look into that too. Sponsor events. If you're a company owner, sponsor a local Little League team or sponsor a road race. Those are other ways to, again, just kind of get your name out there and get your brand out there. And stay in touch with customers. So give them a feel for who you are. Send them goodie boxes that have things that are reflective of your personality or things that you love and support. And it just makes that connection. So those are some other ways. If you don't want to be solely focused on social media and content, those are some other ways that you can look at getting your brand built and getting your message about who you are out there. So those are a few. I want to share with you a few people in the industry that I really feel like are killing it in the area of personal branding. There are so many, so I know I'm going to miss people, but these are some that just really stand out in my mind. Nick Latour with his Mondays with Nick. I mean, he is so entertaining week after week. I'm always like, what the hell is he going to do next? Shannon Laredo, she posts to social consistently. She's honest, she's raw. You just really, you feel like you're getting the real Shannon. Be authentic. Don't try to be something you're not. Be vulnerable. I mean, that's where we connect. Charity Gibson with her Badass Women of Promo. She's been speaking. The one thing that I really love, she found social media groups. She's parts of all of these groups, and she's not a troll. She's not just trolling. She's on there like adding value. She's giving advice. She's throwing out questions, things to think about. And as a result of that, people have gotten to know her. So use the groups, find groups that you're interested in, and become a part of them, an active part of them. Go on Brittany, her Instagram posts, they're just so beautiful and trendy, and they always grab my attention. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few of our wonderful content contributors over at PromoCorner. Kirby Hassman. Kirby kills it across all platforms. I mean, talk about video. He does blogs, he does podcasts, he's doing it all. He's written a book. So he is really the master of personal branding, and I am so impressed with everything that he has done. And then our very own Brandon Petrich, our rising star with his promo every day and his hosting of all of our live content, has really made a name for himself as well, doing something that he loves to do, which is video. So those are a few people. PromoCorner has a whole slew of content that is, it's fresh, it's updated daily. We have over 25 content contributors, and they are all killing it with developing their personal brands. So it's a great place to go if you're looking for some inspiration or you want to see what other people are doing. PromoCorner.com/promojournal, and you can check out tons of great content for some inspiration. So before I close today, I just want to show you a quick more time offline project and show you how easy it is to really do something that you love and start to build your brand. So this is on a scale, this is a 1. This is like easy number 1. Anyone can do this, I promise you. You need an old picture frame. So this was a picture frame that was in my basement, hasn't been hung on a wall in years. And I am going to pop the back off. Bear with me. I'm going to take the picture out and flip it over. And I'm popping it back in. I know you can't see this. Popping it back in to the frame, attaching little nubs on the back. All right, wait for it. You have your very own beautiful dry erase board. Ta-da! That's it. Super easy. You can hang this on a wall. You can take out the arm on the back and sit it on your desk. And there you have it. So Brandon, I hope I have inspired our viewers today to start thinking about their own personal brand and to spend a little more time offline.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I was like, okay, where is she going with this? Why is she flipping that around? Oh, that is awesome. I would have never thought about that. That is a perfect use of an old frame that's just, and we all have them. Even I do. And living in apartment to apartment to apartment, I have got a bunch of frames that I do not hang up, and this is a perfect use for them.
There you go. So just an example of how, taking something that you love to do and, it showcases a little bit of my personality. It showcases what I enjoy. People get to know a little bit about me. It doesn't really have anything to do with business, but it's more about just inspiring people to, get offline. And
I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions or you want to check out any of the people that she was talking about that are contributors over at PromoCorner, it is very simple. You go to PromoCorner.com and there's a little tab right there that says Promo Journal, and you just click on the daily feed and there it is. We even make it super easy for you. There's a drop-down menu once you get in there that you can actually pick and choose which one that you're trying to find all the episodes of, and you can binge them all. And when I say binge, I'm not kidding. When she was talking about having content getting put out every day, day in, day out, month after month. We have been doing this year over year over year. There is a ton of content. If you've never spent time on Promo Journal or just seen a few posts here and there on social, that is where all of our content is housed. Right now, we're hoping in the future it will be somewhere else. But
because we have so much of it now.
But that is a great place to find all that content, and you can really see all those people really shine, and you can see their personal brand showing out. So hopefully Laurie has helped you a little bit. Laurie, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to kind of help us all build our personal brand.
Thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching Express Training Bites. We will see you next Thursday.